Hello students, I am Aniket Karsh and we are in part A, employability skills. In unit 1 communication skills, we have already completed 3 sessions, that is introduction to communication and verbal and non-verbal communication. These 3 sessions we have completed. Now we are in session 4, writing skills, parts of speech. So let's start session 4, writing skills, parts of speech. When we talk or write in English, we use sentences to express ourselves. Okay, sentences are important because if you do not clearly write sentences, then the meaning of the same cannot be understood clearly. Yes, it happens. Whatever we are saying something or we are writing, if that is incomplete or if the meaning of, if the words used in it is not clear, then the meaning can be changed, right? The person at the other understand may not understand your, what you are trying to say. A sentence is a group of words that communicates a complete thought. Okay, like Raju goes to school. A group of words which does not make complete sense is known as a phrase. Phrase means Raju goes, which is not having a complete meaning, right? A sentence always begins with a capital letter and it always ends with a question mark, full stop or exclamation mark. Read out aloud the given examples below. Like, did you work on your project? I completed it yesterday. That is good. So all these are what? All these are sentences. Okay. And this all sentences are starting with a capital word. The first word is starting from capital letter. And in the end, there is any mark, question mark, it can be question mark, full stop, or it can be exclamation mark. This is the exclamation mark. Getting? This is the exclamation mark. Okay. Now, next. Using capital letters. We know that all sentences begin with capital letters. Yes, we know. Do you know at what other point in a sentence we use capital letters? Okay, except the first letter of the first word in a sentence, where are the other places where we write capital letters? It is easy to know what to capitalize if you remember the word mints. This word mint is very important. Using capital letters in this in this concept, mints you have to remember this mints. Okay. Mints is a set of simple rules that help you capitalize words correctly. Each letter in the words mints refers to one capitalization rule, as mentioned. M means month. I means the letter I. I am. Okay, that I should always be written in capital. And the name of the month, September, October, S should be capital, O should be capital. Names, Raj, Pankaj, R should be capital, P should be capital, right? Titles, Mr. M should be capital. And starting letter of every sentences. This you already know, right? So, all these are the, way. Through mints you can remember or from where you should use capital. Letters should be capital. So, next. So you understood, I will go to college in June. So see here, June is capital. I play tennis with him every day. So here this I you can see should be in capital. Here name, this Tuesday Vidya will be in Rajasthan. Here you can see Rajasthan, it is the name of the state, so R should be capital. Next title, Dr. Saha, doctor is the title and Mr. is the title. So D should be capital, M should be capital, right? The cat ran out of the house. In the sentence, the starting word is the and the first letter of the is T, so it should be capital. Okay, this is the capitalization rule. Remember the word mints. Okay, now next. Punctuation. Punctuation. It is a set of marks such as the full stop and the comma which help us to separate parts of a sentence and explain its meaning. Okay, we are able to understand the meaning of the sentences because of the punctuation marks. We understand the meaning of the sentence in a correct way. Like uppercase letters, punctuation is also a very important part of the sentence and has some rules. Okay, like that of uppercase, we have just seen the rule for the capitalization. that is the uppercase letters. In the same way, for punctuation also we have some rules. Okay, where to put all these punctuation marks. So let's see punctuation mark rules. First, let us see full stop. Okay, so it is used to show the end of a sentence. Also used to show short form of a long word. Okay, for example, doctor. Doctor. Doctor can be shortened to dr. Okay, when we use it as a title before a name. Okay, getting? Wait a minute. Okay, so understood? This is a sentence. This is another sentence. Sanjay is a doctor. His patient call him Dr. Sanjay. Okay. Now, comma. Where is this comma used? Comma. Sometimes we use a comma to indicate pause in the sentence. Obviously, in sentences when you have to pause, you use comma, right? We can also use a comma to separate items when we are listing out more than 2 items, right? You 3 to 4 names or 3 to 4 items you are writing, so you put comma symbol in that. Okay, in examples you can see, after the waiter gave me a menu, I ordered food. Okay, so here you have taken pause, so you have used a comma symbol. Now next is question mark. Question mark is used when you are questioning. Okay, we use a question marking at the end of the question. What is your name? How old are you? Right? So in such places we use question mark. Now exclamation mark. Exclamation means you exclaimed sometimes, means you are like wow, what a beautiful such kind of sentences when you exclaimed. So exclamation mark is used. So we use an exclamation mark at the end of the word or the sentence to indicate a strong feeling, such as surprise, shock, or an anger. Okay. Now, what a pleasant surprise! You are late. So in this sentences you use exclamation mark. Now apostrophe. So apostrophe, we use an apostrophe followed by an S to show that the something belongs to someone. We also use an apostrophe to indicate the shortened form of the some words in the informal speech. Okay, let's see an example. That is Divya's pen. Here you have used apostrophe, Divya's, right? Apostrophe S. All these Abdul's book. Here also you have used apostrophe. Let's go. Instead of let us, you can write let's go. Let us go. He isn't here. Isn't here. Instead of he is not here, you isn't here. So here you will put apostrophe mark. Getting? So these are the the rules for the punctuation. Now next is parts of speech. Very important, parts of speech. So let's see what all are the parts of speech. There are 8 basic parts of speech in English, right? These are noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. In a sentence, whatever word you will see, right, that will be, whether it can be noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. The part of speech indicate how the word functions in a meaning as well as grammatically within a sentence. Okay, now let's see next. So here you can see the examples of the noun, adjectives, pronoun, and everything. So noun, name, place, animal, thing. So this all comes under noun. Name, Rajesh, it is a noun. Kolkata, it is a place, so it is a noun. Pen is a thing, it is a noun. Tiger is an animal, so it is a noun. So all these are what? Noun. Getting? Now to replace a noun, suppose Rajesh. Okay, now Rajesh is a good boy, he is very intelligent. So it is replacing the noun, so it is a pronoun. He, she, you, I, all these are what? All these are pronoun, right? Now next is adjective. Adjective, you can see salty, spicy. You are saying the quality of something. This is the taste of this is a sour, sweet. You are telling the quality of something, right? That is the adjective. Okay, these all are adjectives. Now next, verb and adverb. So what is verb? Verb means something is happening, falling, teaching, what he is doing, so that whatever is in a happening, whatever is happening, that is a verb. And adverb is supporting the verb, is the adverb. The word which is supporting the verb is the adverb. So it is slowly, sign loudly, right? Sing loudly. It is actually sing. You can, from the picture you can see it is sing. Okay. Now let's see next. So these are all very basics. What these all things you have already studied in English, right? Just we are revising. So as we have seen, a noun is a word for a person, place, thing, or idea. Noun are often used with the article the, a, n, but not always. A pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. A verb expresses action or being. An adjective modifies or describes a noun or pronoun. An adverb or modifies or describes a verb, an adjective, and another adverb. A preposition is a word placed before a noun, like in, at, all these are prepositions, right? To form a phrase modifying another word in a sentence. A conjunction joins words, phrases, or causes, like and. All these are what? Conjunctions. An interjection is a word used to express emotions. You should be able to use these parts of speech in making sentence, right? Next, the different types of words we use in a sentence are called parts of speech, right? Parts of speech. Some examples are pronoun, adjective, verbs, and adverbs. Okay. So let's see what about discuss something about from this tabular format. To understand anything, the main format is the tabular format. It is a best way to study anything, right? So parts of speech. First, noun. Let's talk about noun. Noun are words that refers to a person, place, thing, or idea. These are naming words. Okay. In a sentence, Rima wrote a letter. Both Rima and letter are nouns because it is a name. It is a thing. So example, dog is an animal, table is a thing, India is a name of a country, Sanjay is the name of any person. So all these are what? Nouns. Okay. Now next is pronoun. A pronoun is a word which is used to replace or which is used in place of noun. Okay. In the second sentence, Rima wrote a letter. She is tired. She is used in place of the noun Rima. Okay. Rima wrote a letter. Both Rima and letter are nouns, right? So in the second sentence, Rima wrote a letter. She is tired. So after this statement, this sentence, the second sentence is she is tired. So we are replacing Rima. We will not write Rima and again. Rima wrote a letter. Rima is tired. Rima is good. We will not write again and again. In the first line we will mention the name, and from the second line we will use she instead of Rima. So this she is what? This is pronoun. So like this, I, they, he, you, all these are pronouns. Okay. Now next is adjective. Adjectives are the words that describe other words. In this sentence, Rima wrote a long letter. Long is an adjective which is describing the quality of a letter. It is a long letter. Okay. So it is a adjective. So small, blue, sharp, loud, all these things are telling you something about something, the quality of something. This is a very small pen. Okay. So pen is small. So it is telling about the pen that it is small. So small is adjective. It is of blue color. This pen is of blue color. It is telling the quality of that pen that it is of blue color. So this is also an adjective. Getting? Now next, verb. Verb are words that show actions, right? Verbs are words that show action. In the sentence, Rima wrote a letter. The who wrote is the verb. Wrote, okay, wrote is the verb. Means something is happening. It is showing an action. The word which is showing an action is known as the verb. So run means it is showing action. Eating, thinking, sit. All these are what? These all are verbs. Now next. Adverbs are words that add meaning to the verb. Adjectives or other words, adverbs, right? They answer the questions how often, when, and where. In this sentence, Rima quickly wrote a letter. Quickly is an adverb. Quickly wrote a letter. Here you can see, wrote is what? It is a verb. Letter is a thing. Okay, Rima is the name, a noun, and quickly here is the adverb, right? Easily, always, inside, and before. All these are what? Kind of adverbs, right? Now, let us know let us now see how these words are used. Read aloud the sentence given below. Wow, Rima went to the studio and met a famous actor. We already know that Rima, studio, and actor are the nouns. Famous is an adjective here because it describes the noun, actor. Okay, famous. Rima went to the studio and met a famous actor. So, famous actor. Here, actor is a noun, and we are, famous. He is very famous. So, we are, telling something about the actor. So, that is why famous is adjective. Another Rima, studio, and actor, all these are what? Nouns. Okay. So, and the other words went and met a verb because they describe an action. What about the remaining words in the sentence? Wow, to, the, and? What all these words are called? We use such supporting words to join the main parts of speech together and to add information to the sentences we make. Let us now look at the supporting words. Okay. So other parts of the word are the supporting words, okay, in a sentence. So let's see about the supporting words. Supporting parts of the speech types are articles. A and the articles, conjunction, and, but, all these are the conjunctions. Preposition, in, at, are prepositions. So all this we will see. Interjections also we will see. So, along with the main parts of speech, there are some more words we need for making a sentence. These are shown below. So, supporting parts of speech, articles, a and the. We have seen a book. It is a book. It is an apple, right? Give him an apple. An umbrella, the sun. All these are what? Used, these are all articles, a and the. A is used before words with a vowel sound. Vowel sound, n is used to, with the words with is having a vowel sound. A, E, I, O, U is a vowel sound. Okay, vowels. So, with the pronunciation, when we use the words, when we pronounce the words, on the basis of their pronunciation, we use a and the. If it is having a vowel sound, then we will use an. Okay, and the is used to refer a specific, particular word or particular thing. Now, conjunction are words that join two nouns, phrases, or sentences. Some common conjunctions are and, or, but. All these are words. They join two sentences. Okay, or we can say two sentences that join two nouns, phrases. Okay. Instead of Sheila went to the market, I also went to the market. Sheila and I went to the market. Instead of do you want oranges, do you want apple? Do you want oranges or apple? See here, all you can see is and is the joining word, right? So that it is conjunction. All is a conjunction. You can clearly see preposition. Preposition on, at, under, in. All these are what? Preposition connect one word with another to show the relation between them. They usually answer the questions where, when, and how. Some common prepositions are on, at, under, in. The cat is on the roof. The shop is at the end of the road. Rahul is standing under the tree. I live in Delhi. All these are what? Here we are using prepositions. You can see examples, right? Now interjection. These words express strong Emotions such as happiness, surprise, anger or pain, they have an exclamation mark at the end. Wow, oh, thanks, help. Exclamation mark come with this. So these are all words are what? Interjections. Interjection expresses strong emotions like that of happiness, anger, surprise and all, right? Practical exercise you can see, and you can attempt the exercise question and answers. And if you have any problem, you can contact me on there. You can ask me in Zoom lecture, right? Here also you can see very, fill correct nouns and verbs for the boxes to fill. What you read the chapter once, and on the basis of that attempt this question and answers. I will send you the PDF of the answers, but before that it's your responsibility to attempt once. Read the chapter and attempt once, then only you can improve yourself. Okay, so here you can see, for example, I am telling you here, the boy is running. Okay, running is a verb and boy is a noun. Okay, now like this you have to attempt all this. Okay, short answer, identify the conjunction and proposition. Okay, this also you can do. Attempt all these questions, right? Now next, session 5. Wait a minute. So let's do this also. Session 5, writing skills and sentences. Writing skills, sentences. Okay, how to frame sentences. Parts of a sentence. As you have learned in English classes, almost all English sentences have a subject and a verb. Okay, whatever we are talking in a sentence, what we are talking in a sentence, that is the subject, and what he is doing or what is the verb. Okay. Now some also have an object. A subject is the person or the thing that does an action. Okay, a verb describes the action. Object is the person or the thing that receives the action. Okay, sometimes object is also there. Subject and verb and then object. For example, read aloud the simple sentence, Divya reads a book. Here you can see Divya is a subject about whom we are talking, about Divya. So Divya is a subject, and reads, she is reading. So what action she is doing is reading. So reads is a what? Is a verb. This is Divya is a noun, read is a verb, or we can say Divya is a subject, read is a verb, and book is a object. Okay, now let us see the different parts. Okay, we have seen. Now the object is the person or the thing that receives the action. Okay, the question who or what receives the action will help you find the object. In this sentence, a book is the object. A subject. Now you got this difference between this subject, verb and object. Okay, now read aloud the example sentence shown and understand which is the subject, verb and object. I ate an apple. I ate an apple. I am talking about I. Okay, so I is the subject, at is the verb, and apple is this object. Okay, he cooked dinner. He cooked dinner. So he is the subject, cooked dinner, verb and all, right? Now she kicked the football. About whom we are talking? She. So she is the subject, kicked. What she is doing? Kicked the football. The football is the object. Did Diya and Sanjay broke the bottle? Diya and Sanjay. We are talking about Diya and Sanjay. So Diya and Sanjay is the subject. Broke. They are breaking. So broke is the verb and object is the bottle. Okay. Now let's see types of objects. The object in a sentence can be either direct or indirect. Direct objects are the ones directly acted upon by the action word. If the verb is reads and we ask what does Divya read, the answer is book, which is the direct object. A direct object answers the question what. Okay. An indirect object answers questions such as to whom and for whom. For example, in the sentence, Abdul gave a gift to his mother. The verb is gave. As you can see in the figure, there are two objects here, gift and mother, right? So And an indirect object answers questions such as to whom and for whom. For example, in this sentence, Abdul gave a gift to his mother. The verb is gave. As you can see, there are two objects here, gift and mother. What did Abdul give? The gift. To whom did Abdul give the gift? To his mother. Here gift is the direct object and his mother is the indirect objects. Okay. Abdul gave a gift to his mother. In this, two objects are there. Okay. Gift is an object and another object is the mother. Okay. Direct and indirect object. I hope you are understanding, right? Now, read aloud the examples in the given table. Sanjay bought vegetables. So bought is means what? It is a verb. Vegetables are the verb. Okay, and direct object is the vegetables. Fatima and Sonia played tennis. Played is the verb. Tennis is the verb. Okay. Played is the verb and tennis is what? Okay, getting the object kind of thing, the verb. Okay, and tennis is the object, direct object. Getting, he offered me an orange. He offered. The action is offered, so it is a verb. And what he offered? Orange. Okay, the orange is the object. Like this you can see. Now types of sentences. Types of sentences. Active and passive sentences. Read aloud the sentence. What is the difference between these two? Sanjay broke the glass. The glass was broken by Sanjay. Sanjay broke the glass. The glass was broken by Sanjay. Which is the direct, which is the active and which is the passive. Okay, here we are learning, we are trying to understand that. So, the action verb in both the sentence is breaking of the glass. In both the sentence, the meaning is same, right? Breaking of the glass. But the subject of the both the sentence is different. In the first sentence, the subject Sanjay does the action. Okay. In the second sentence, the subject, the glass, receives the action. Okay, there's a difference. Sanjay broke the glass and the glass was broken by Sanjay. In the first statement, what is happening? The subject does the action. And in the second statement, the subject receives the action. Okay, this is the direct and this is the active, difference between active and passive voice. Okay. Sentence where the subject does an action are known as sentences where the subject does an action are known to be in active voice. Sentences in which the subject receives an action, where the subject receives an action, is known as the passive voice. As you can see here in the example, here. See, active. Sanjay broke the glass. Sanjay is the subject. Action is done by him. In the second sentence, the glass was broken by the Sanjay. The glass was broken, receives the action. Okay, so this is active voice, this is passive voice. Now, she wrote a letter. She wrote a letter. So a letter was written by her. Okay. She wrote a letter. Active. Directly you are saying, right? A letter was written by her. A letter was written by her. He opened the door. The door was opened by him. Mohan played the flute. The flute was played by Mohan. So active, passive. I hope you are getting the difference, right? How we have to change from active voice to passive voice. The types of sentence according to their purpose. Read aloud the sentences in the given figure. How do you think they differ from each other? Who broke the bottle? Sanjay broke the bottle. No, I did not. Pick up the pieces. This is all the types of sentences. Each of these sentences has a different purpose. Also notice how each sentence is, who broke the bottle? Sanjay broke the bottle. The first, he is asking something. Who broke the bottle? Then the statement, Sanjay broke the bottle. No, I didn't. Reaction by him. Okay, I didn't. Who is saying? Sanjay is saying. Pick up the pieces. It is an order. So these are the different kinds of sentences we can say. One is a question kind of sentence, one is a statement kind of sentence, one is the sentence in which reaction is there, and another is order kind of sentence. Okay, so we are trying to see different kinds of sentences: order, reaction, statement, and question. Now, type of sentences: statement or declarative sentence. This is the most common type of sentence. It provides information or it states a fact. It always ends with a full stop. Okay, interrogative kind of sentence. In this type of sentence, ask a question. It always ends with a question mark. You can see it always stops. Ends with a full stop. Declarative. Okay, interrogative. Interrogative means interrogation kind of statement. Okay, so question mark is here. Declarative, you are just a normal statement or a declaration. So this is full stop. Emotion or reaction or exclamatory sentences. So here an exclamatory sentences expresses strong emotions such as a joy, sadness, fear, or wonder. It always ends with the exclamation mark. This is the exclamation mark, right? Now the ordered sentence, the ordered kind of sentence, imperative. These sentences show an order, command, request, or advice. It can end with a full stop or an exclamation, depends upon the kind of sentence. Okay, getting? Now read aloud the examples given below. यानी कि sentences देखते हैं types, right? I go to school. I like eating vegetables, right? So I like eating vegetables and I go to school. These are what? Declarative kind of sentence. Did you go to school? Do you like eating vegetables? This is interrogative or question kind of question statement. Okay, sentence. I came first in the class. I came first in class. So this is reaction or something. You can see emotion that I came first in class. Exclamation. Go to college today. Go eat your vegetables. Ordered. Go to college today. Go eat go eat your vegetables. Like this order kind of thing, right? So these are all examples. Now, next, these all are examples you can check. And after that, we have now, let's talk about paragraph. Okay. So, paragraph. You must learn about sentences. A group of sentences form a paragraph. You already know what is paragraph, right? In a group of sentences, you have seen, like this is one paragraph, this is one paragraph, right? In passage you have seen. Now, you have learned about sentences. A group of sentences form a paragraph. While writing a paragraph, make sure the sentences have a common idea. When you want to write about a different idea, make a new paragraph. Okay. Why we change the paragraphs? Because in every paragraph we have a different idea we want to show, right? For example, if you are writing about your school, the first paragraph can be of sentences about the name, location, size, and other such details. In the next paragraph, you can use sentences to describe what you like about your school, right? So in this way you change the paragraph. Here you can see the example. I go to government higher secondary school, Balachadi. Then there are about 100 students and 7 teachers in my school. My school is on the main road, very close. We are describing about the school, right? Location and everything. And okay, so like this, that's it. You know what is paragraph. After this, attempt this exercise also. And whatever doubts you are having, you can ask me in Zoom lecture. Okay, in our next class, we will start next session about pronunciation basics. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.